been built, like there's some on South Jackson. I don't see any problem with it. I mean, I see Air Force people living there.
Well, the government today, one of their focuses is to try to get some, whether it's moderate income or low income, and there are different levels, different programs, to get them in every neighborhood, and that's a government sort of directive. So it becomes an issue that you can't just say, this is the area we want it. You lose some of those projects because the government says, no, you're not going to do it in that.
Well, you're a real estate investor. You build all these, if we build a lot of apartments, how many apartments do you think we need to build? An apartment complex we need to build to drive that $900 single bedroom cost down?
Well, right now I think we have somewhere close to 1,200 that are on the market that have been approved or have gone before.
1,200 units being built. New units are going to be added to the market. How much do you think that's going to drive the price down?
Well, if you add 1,200, and you hope. Well, two things: you have to look at the market, and then the availability. So right now we know that the oil and gas industry is not showing the same explosiveness in terms of hiring people, which means that apartment rentals will go down just by the nature of that.
I mean, the rental, the lease cost, the lease amount, the cost you got to do every monthly payments.
Yeah, I mean, Midland and Odessa have already said that they have seen the apartment rates go down.
Are you, since you're the mayor, you're going to take full credit for the rents going down?
No, I'm not. I believe things are market driven, and market driven is not about Brenda Gunter. It's about what the market demand is. And when you have few apartments and a huge demand, guess what happens? There was at one point in this housing survey where an apartment complex owners said, well, we intend to raise prices 20% every year. Well, people's income does not increase 20% every year. So that's, again, where you go, their household burden, because they're having to spend too much money on the rent. And that keeps them from buying insurance or food on the table or whatever the other issues are. And housing is a major issue in people's lives. And I keep saying it, quality of life is quality of place.
There's been, in the area, not just in the city, there's been a lot of crime.
Yes, sir.
Public safety has been a problem. I mean, it's always a problem. It's a challenge, not a problem.
Always a challenge.
So I got two mayors here. I'm going to ask y'all questions on public safety. What are we going to do about our police department needing more people? And then, I mean, we're already, used to be that you could say that property taxes paid for public safety, the fire department, and no more. You're relying on sales tax. And if sales tax go down, how are we going to afford, if we get our police department up to, whatever, 185 billets, how are we going to pay for that?
But that's why you have to continually focus on how you grow the city, because and today, because the government's already said you can only increase property taxes by, 3.5%. So you have to look at it and you have to say the following: the way you grow the property tax, the way you increase sales tax is by having a strong economy. And you've got to make sure that you have jobs that pay well. And I say the following: people deserve to be paid well, and when you have the ability to recruit new companies, bring new companies in, it provides jobs at a higher level, it brings more sales tax and property tax to the table.
Right.
And that way, you don't have to look at raising this property tax because you're building a bigger property tax base, and you want to build a bigger base, not a bigger percentage.
Okay.
And that's got to be a focus. And if we don't build that, and usually if you have a good economy, it builds property tax.
It's easy.
That's right.
It's easy.
It's easy. And then the sales tax happens. So a good economy is the driving force to allow us to do the things we need to control crime, whether it's more of whatever it is. But you've got to have a good economy.
Mayor Morrison, you talked about lowering the tax rate since you've been on city council as mayor, and 9 times.
We knocked it down 9 cents.
How'd you do it? 9 cents. How'd you do that in 2014 when you had this bust? Our sales tax was diving. I think Mayor Gunter saw that because she was kind of cautious this year when she was doing the budgeting. I think she saw that. She said, well, I don't know what's going to happen this presidential election.
Well, I'm conservative. I'm conservative by nature, so I'm going to always plan conservatively, because I don't believe just because you had a good year last year is an indication you're going to have a good year this year. And I'd rather overachieve the plan, and because once you spend the money, once you build a budget, and you build full-blown, guess what happens? Then something doesn't work out well, and then you gotta find where to cut it, and it might not be the place you really
A
wanna cut it.
tornado hits Lakeview. I
You-
mean, that
you
was a
know,
big one,
And
right?
so you gotta look at it, and you have to say, plan conservatively.
Right. So how'd you do 2014?
We had a budget, and then we had a contingency built into it, and we had to drop some things.
Go ahead.
Kimball County, 87% reporting,
Kimball County, that's Junction, Texas.
87% reporting, August Pfluger, 64%.
All right,
You're
87%.
staying pretty solid,
Yeah,
56, 65.
Yeah, 64% in Junction, Kimball County for August Pfluger. How's have we pulled anything out of Tom Green County?
No,
So Tom Green County is still stuck. What would you do to the elections office?
20% of Mason County reporting.
Okay, you can't say it. It's not a
Well,
city deal.
first
Well,
of
so you have to
all-
hire them,
But here's the deal, we don't know what the problem is.
right?
We obviously know there's a problem, we don't know what the problem is.
Mm-hmm. But we're going to be here. We're going to run out of advertisers to keep talking, you know.
Well, I guess.
And Dwayne and I are going to get
Mouth
tired. we're going to have to go to whiskey pretty soon.
Hey, well, I drink vodka. So.
There you go.
20% of Mason County reporting,
All right, 20% of Mason County, and we're looking at
Pfluger is at 46.5%.
46. Ooh, Mason
That's a low
County,
one.
46 point. Well, you know, Mason has. That's kind of close to Brady, and they have that
That's-
candidate.
Yeah,
Verdell.
Verdell's in second place.
Right.
That says.
Yeah. So Verdell pulled pretty. I mean, he was popular out there. So
I want to go back to Adrian Soto's question about low-income housing.
okay.
The city won't be putting in the infrastructure, but we will be supporting the projects, and the projects themselves have built into those
And when you say
projects-
projects, you don't mean like the Jeffersons. You mean
Oh, no, I
you mean construction
a
jobs.
construction project, a project.
Right.
meaning-
Right. Okay.
And so what we say is the following is that it starts by city council approving
Mm-hmm.
a location and a
And that-
company that goes after that piece of the business.
And then
it
they'll
starts that.
and some of them will have to go to the state of Texas and
That's
say
right.
we want the funding. They'll approve them,
Yeah.
and then the project goes.
The good news is we support that, we believe in it, and we know that that
And
is
Dwayne, you
important.
supported all of them too, did you?
We followed the same procedure. We
Yeah.
had
You
to
did.
approve it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just because we approved it didn't mean that they were approved.
Gonna win.
everybody else, but
Because you're competing with Midland
Yes.
projects
That's
and
right.
Lubbock
And there may
projects.
be one project, and you've got a dozen locations
Right.
that's
That's correct.
competing for it. So,
Right.
yeah, we would approve it.
All
but
right.
we know on this go-around that there was only one project in this region, which is a good sign that, we probably, cross our fingers, will get it, so.
Hey, I hope y'all are enjoying our coverage of the election night Super Tuesday 2020 here on March 3rd.